Like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health.
Sunny Hostin, a longtime co-host of The View and a self-proclaimed advocate for justice and transparency, now finds herself at the center of a storm she likely never anticipated. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, is embroiled in a massive $450 million RICO lawsuit.
Mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system.
That has shaken not only the Hostin family's public image, but also the foundation of the healthcare industry. The accusations claim that Dr. Hostin, once a reputable orthopedic surgeon,
and it's just undeniable that that's the case. And so I'm not, unfortunately, surprised that people are celebrating the use of
surgeon, played a central role in an elaborate insurance fraud scheme. The fallout has been swift and unforgiving, with questions being raised about Sunny's principles and whether her commitment to justice extends to her own household. The lawsuit paints a grim picture of corruption. Dr. Hostin is among nearly 200 defendants accused of orchestrating a scheme to defraud insurance companies through unnecessary surgeries, falsified medical records, and financial kickbacks.
Terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well, doctors that want to do good.
The allegations claim that Dr. Hostin and others targeted vulnerable patients, often rideshare drivers or individuals involved in minor accidents, and subjected them to invasive procedures. These surgeries, according to the lawsuit, were frequently unnecessary and performed without exploring less invasive treatments like physical therapy. The severity of patients' injuries was allegedly exaggerated to justify costly procedures, leaving them to bear the physical and emotional burden of treatments they may not have needed. The scale of the alleged operation is staggering, and the use of the racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations, RICO, Act underscores its seriousness. Originally designed to target organized crime, RICO cases are rare in the medical field, making this lawsuit particularly significant. The accusations suggest a coordinated effort between surgery centers and doctors like Dr. Hostin, who allegedly received financial incentives for referring patients and performing expensive procedures. If true, the scheme not only defrauded insurance companies but also contributed to skyrocketing healthcare costs for everyday Americans. Dr. Hostin's lawyer, Daniel Thwaites, has been quick to deny the allegations. Thwaites has described the lawsuit as a baseless attempt by American Transit Insurance Company, ATIC, to recover financial losses. ATIC, the plaintiff in the case, claims it was defrauded out of millions of dollars and cites New York's no-fault insurance laws as a contributing factor to the alleged fraud. However, ATIC itself is not without controversy, with critics accusing it of underpaying claims and avoiding payouts. Thwaites has portrayed Dr. Hostin as a victim of a flawed healthcare system, emphasizing his dedication to patient care and dismissing the allegations as a meritless attack. Sunny Hostin has also defended her husband publicly, using her platform on The View to frame the lawsuit as an overreach by a financially struggling insurance company. She described Dr. Hostin as a compassionate doctor who often treated uninsured patients, arguing that his actions were driven by a commitment to care rather than profit. While her defense initially appeared heartfelt, it has since drawn criticism for seeming to excuse the very practices at the center of the allegations. Critics have accused
Mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from
accused Sunny of hypocrisy, questioning how someone so outspoken about justice can overlook such serious claims involving her own family. The backlash against Sunny has been swift and intense. For years, she has used her position on The View to call out corporate greed, systemic failures, and ethical lapses among conservative figures. Her critiques have often been delivered with a sense of moral superiority, positioning herself as a champion of accountability. Now, however, the tables have turned, and Sunny's response, or lack thereof, to her husband's legal troubles has left many questioning her principles. Is her commitment to justice as unwavering as she claims, or does it falter when the scrutiny turns inward? Joe Rogan, known for his unfiltered commentary, was among those quick to criticize Sunny's handling of the scandal. Rogan mocked her for lecturing America about morality while her own household faces such serious allegations. "It's always the people doing the finger-pointing who have skeletons in their closet," Rogan said on his podcast. His comments struck a chord with many viewers, who share his frustration with what they perceive as double standards in media and politics. The controversy has also reignited discussions about media bias. While the allegations against Dr. Hostin are undeniably serious, the coverage of the case has been relatively muted compared to scandals involving conservative figures. Critics argue that liberal elites like Sunny often enjoy a level of protection from the mainstream media, which they claim is quick to scrutinize right-leaning public figures while shielding those on the left. This perceived double standard has fueled accusations of hypocrisy and eroded public trust in media institutions. The scandal extends beyond the Hostin family, shining a harsh light on systemic issues within the healthcare and insurance industries. Patients place immense trust in their doctors, expecting them to act in their best interests. When that trust is betrayed, as alleged in this case, it undermines the entire system. Meanwhile, insurance companies like ATIC are often accused of prioritizing profit over providing adequate coverage, creating an environment where both doctors and patients lose. The lawsuit exposes the vulnerabilities in this system, highlighting how financial incentives can distort medical decision-making and drive up costs for everyone. Sunny's public defense of her husband has added another layer of complexity to the situation. While her loyalty is understandable, her comments have been interpreted by some as an endorsement of the very practices being called into question. This has led to broader discussions about the responsibilities of public figures and whether they should be held to a higher standard of accountability. For someone who has built a career on calling out others for their ethical failings, Sunny's reluctance to address her husband's allegations head-on has left many disappointed. Social media has been ablaze with reactions to the scandal. Memes, tweets, and viral clips have flooded platforms like Twitter and Instagram, with many users criticizing Sunny for what they see as hypocrisy. One popular meme featured a split-screen image of Sunny lecturing on morality alongside headlines about her husband's alleged involvement in the fraud scheme. The caption read, "Do as I say, not as I do." Meanwhile, supporters of Sunny have argued that she shouldn't be judged for her husband's actions, emphasizing that the allegations remain unproven. The legal battle promises to be lengthy and contentious. Dr. Hostin and his legal team are preparing to fight the allegations, which they argue are based on flawed assumptions and an overzealous insurance company. On the other side, Accusations is determined to recover what it claims are substantial financial losses. The outcome of the case will likely have far-reaching implications, not only for the Hostin family but also for the healthcare and insurance industries as a whole. As the scandal continues to unfold, it raises important questions about the intersection of personal and public accountability. Sunny has spent years positioning herself as a moral voice in media.